So there's been mounting speculation about whether 12 to 15-year-olds should have the jab or not. What was going to happen? And indeed, the JCVI came to no conclusion on it. They said whilst there may be benefits, there also may be risks. Now look, I have not been one of the anti-vaxxers at all. It struck me that certainly for older people, for those that are vulnerable, the vaccine would make a great deal of sense. But I've begun to be concerned about vaccinating younger people on the basis that actually this virus poses very little risk to them, provided they haven't got any other underlying health issues. But what really did surprise me this morning was Sajid Javid on Sky News being asked about 12 to 15-year-olds and what government policy would be. He says, very clearly, he says that actually, ultimately, under legislation that was laid down a long time ago, that if children wanted to have the vaccine but their parents didn't want them to have it, there'd be an attempt at arbitration, but that ultimately the child's view would prevail. Now, I have to say that the Gillick principles that were set out in the 1980s were specifically about the contraceptive pill. And the view was taken that 14 and 15-year-olds could make an informed view on what the risks were and whether it was the right thing to do. And that case was won. Gillick lost, and that has been there ever since. But it's not been extended to other medical procedures, and I can't find any other cases of it. And it does seem to me, how can a 12-year-old make an informed choice about this vaccine if even the JCVI can't make an argument as to whether it should be used for people of that age group or whether it shouldn't? So I'm disconcerted by this, and I'm also surprised that this is supposed to be a Conservative party that believes in the family, and a Conservative party that believes in the rights of parents. But it appears to be a Conservative party that thinks not only the child has got the right to make those decisions, but that actually the state as well can arbitrate. Because throughout that interview, almost every question that Sajid Javid was asked, he simply couldn't give an answer to. And yet, when it came to this issue, he was very clear.